Hello and welcome to another Mastery Moments video with me, Mateo Moncayo Telles, your friendly LastPass solutions consultant, joining you from the south of Germany in Karlsruhe. If you have found your way to this video, you are probably starting your journey as an MSP with LastPass, or maybe you are considering to start one. You have perhaps learned what LastPass can do, and as an MSP, now you're asking yourself a couple questions. How do I create my actual accounts for my clients? How do I manage my licenses? How do I manage licenses in general, both the ones in my account and the ones that I'm providing to my clients? How do I track usage for billing purposes? Well, today we will talk about our MSP console and we will try to answer all of those questions. Follow me? Now, for the sake of structure, we're going to divide this in 3 chapters. First, where do I find the interface? We're just going to have a quick review on how to actually get there, so we are sure we are on the literal same page. Then we will jump into manage companies. This is where the good stuff is at. We're going to see how to create a company, how to manage licenses, how to pull reports for billing purposes, and also I will drop a little bit of a pro tip so you can better manage those companies from an admin's point of view. Lastly, we will stop a little bit on PSA integrations. And we're just going to see what are your options if you do in fact use one of those tools and how can you integrate it with LastPass. I will also drop a pro tip on how to set up this integration so you don't get into trouble. So where to find the MSP Console Interface? Is it up, down, left, right, behind? Where is it? Let me just provide you with some coordinates to get there. Now, if you look at the upper right corner of your browser, you will see a little red box with 3 dots. That's the LastPass extension. Click on it. If you don't yet see that particular box, you probably haven't installed the extension yet. Check our comments, we will be dropping the link on how to install that, or rather where to find it. If you haven't already logged, go ahead and log in. Once you have logged in, you will see a menu like the one you're seeing right on the screen. Go ahead and click on the option Admin Console. If you happen to be in your vault, there is also a path to the Admin Console here. Just look on the left-hand side column. On the bottom, there is an Admin Console option. Click on it. You are now in the Admin Center. Here we need to make a quick note. You might see something look like this, kind of blue. This is our new Admin Center. In the next few months, this will replace our old Admin Center, which is the red one. On this particular video, I will be basing myself on the red Admin Console, that is, the old one. This is because not all features are yet present are the new one, so I don't want to get lost in translation. Now, if you find yourself in this blue Admin Center, so the new one, you can go ahead and click on the upper right corner of it where you can see your own email. And the second option should be switch to all Admin Console. Go ahead, click on it. And then you should find yourself in something that looks like what you see on the screen right now. On the left side hand of this Admin Center, you will see one option that's called Manage Companies. Go ahead and click on that. And there you go. You have found the MSP Console, aka Manage Companies. Keep in mind that name. This is how we will call it from now on. Since we are here, let's take a quick look around. In this part of the Manage Companies console, you will see a graphic showing you your available licenses versus your active licenses. In other words, how many licenses you have to give away and how many are already being used. On this side of the Manage Companies console, you will see a total average for all of the different accounts security score. Each account will have its own security score, but this is just all of them together. Down here, you will see the list of your current active companies or managed companies. In there, you will see the name, the number of active users, the status, which can be active, new, or suspended, their security score, how many licenses are assigned to the company, and the date of creation. These are all the different informations you can see on your Managed Companies console without clicking anywhere else. Now let's dive a little bit deeper into the different Managed Companies options. Let's see how to create a company. You got a new client and you're ready to provide the product. How does that happen? Let's also see how to manage license. Perhaps your client, it's getting bigger, or no, it's actually getting smaller. And in any case, you're going to have to change the number of licenses accordingly. How would you go about it? We will also rapidly review the different billing export options. The end of the month has passed, and now you want to know who used what, so you can bill them and get that money. How do you get that information? And to end this chapter, I will share with you a tip, or rather my advice, on how to administratively manage these companies. There's 2 interesting ways to do so. Okay, so you made a sale. Congrats! And now you are ready to give the product to the client. To do as much, you're going to come to your Manage Companies console and you're going to look for that Add Manage Company red button on the right side of that screen. You will then get this menu where you can name your company and then decide how many licenses are you going to give them. Now, it is worth to point out here that by default, you have to offer them 11 licenses. This does not mean that you can not have a company that has less than 11 licenses. It just means that when you create it, it has to be 11. I will show you how to bring that number down afterwards. Once you're happy with the name and the amount of licenses, just click that red Save button. And there you have it. Your company is now created. You can now start managing, as in inviting users and everything else. But as we said before, what if a company grows? Or what if it gets smaller? Or what if maybe the company just wants 5 licenses? What do you do then? Let's find out. Go ahead and click anywhere on that Manage Company line. In my case, this is called MSP Console Test. You will then get this menu. Look up on the right. You will see that 3-dot icon. Go ahead and click on that. You will now get this menu, which is where you can decide to add or to take away licenses from a given company. From here, you can also suspend a company. Maybe somebody forgot to pay. Or you can even detach it from your MSP account. What this means is that this account will pass to be a LastPass standalone account and will have nothing to do with your MSP account anymore. Going back to the subject at hand, let's go ahead and click that Return Licenses button. On this new menu, you will be able to see how many licenses this company has and how many of them are not active at the moment. So for example, if the allocated number is 11 and the not used number is 0, this account actually has maxed out. Everybody's using it. For this particular example, all 11 licenses are free since nobody is using them. At this point, you can go ahead and change the number in the middle to decide how many licenses you will take back from the company. Those return licenses will go back to your general pool of available licenses, which by the way, you can see on the right-hand side of this particular menu. The process to add licenses to a company is exactly the same, except for the option in the previous menu. Once you are happy with the number of licenses, just click that red Save button. Okay, now change of scenario. The end of the month has passed, and now you need to bill your clients, and you need an information of who used what. How do you obtain that? Easy. On your Manage Companies console, go ahead and click on that 3-dot button icon on the right of the Add Manage Company button. You know, the big red one. You will obtain a menu with different types of reports that are based on different factors. I will invite you to try each one of them to learn which one works better for your particular scenario. Now, by now you might be wondering, what is that blue Manage option that Mateo seems to be skipping over all the time? If you hit that option, you will be taken to the admin consoles of the Manage account. In my case, MSP Console Test. Now, note that this admin console looks exactly like the one you have for your own account, minus the Manage Companies option. The reason for this is that your client's company account works exactly like yours. You can manage the users exactly the same way as you will do in your own account. You can set up policies in the same way that you do on your own account. If you don't know how to do any of these things, I do recommend you check our own videos for managing users and policies that you will find in our YouTube channel. Since I know you don't want to actually stop this video and then go check our channel and then try to come back and continue the video and get a little bit lost, maybe the easiest way of going about it is hit that subscribe button. That way our channel appears on your subscriptions and you can go search through it a little bit later. While you are at it, hit that bell just right next to that button. And so I can brag about this video and my job, hit that like. Right, so where were we? Oh yeah, Admin Console. Now if you want to go back to your own Admin Console, click that bar on the upper part of the screen that says Back to Primary Account. This will take you back to your Admin Console of your own LastPass account, but it's also a sign that tells you that you're not on your Admin Console. So keep an eye on that. Okay, now, perhaps you want some people to be able to manage the accounts that are in your Manage Companies console, but you don't want the same people to be able to manage your own LastPass company. Does that make sense? In other words, you don't want them to be admins for your account. You don't want them changing stuff in your account, but perhaps you don't want them to be able to go onto those sub-accounts and take actions. So is this possible? Yes, it is. We can achieve that through our policies. We have a particular policy called Grant Limited Access to Admin Console. In there you can go, activate it for a given user, and then give it a particular number. In this case, the one you want to put in is number 5. Now, just in case you are familiar with the LastPass Admin Console, The path will be settings, policies, and edit details for the one that's called grant limited access to admin console. Now for our final chapter, let me tell you about the two different PSA integration options that you can have with LastPass. If you go back to your Manage Company console and you hit that three-dot icon next to the big red button, you will get a menu. The last option on that menu is called Configure New PSA Integration. Click on that. This will take you to our PSA integration option. If you look closely, you will see that you can also get there by hitting Settings and then PSA Integration. As you can see on your screen, the two options will be Autotask and ConnectWise. Setting up the integration is quite a simple process. It only involves copying a public key and a private key into LastPass. I will drop links on the comments for several support articles about these integrations and how they work. But before you go, I want to give you a little bit of a tip whenever you're setting them up. Whenever you are setting up this integration, please keep in mind the order that you see on the screen. First, map the companies. Second, map the contracts or agreements. This name changes depending on which one or the integrations are you using. Then add the service of the product and make sure only one active service is there per contract or agreement, again, depending on the product. And finally, make sure all contracts are live. This order is going to be important so that it properly integrates and the two programs exchange the information the way you hope to. And that's it. Today, you learned how to find that MSP console, which is in fact called Managed Companies inside LastPass. You found out how in those managed companies, how to create a company, how to give or take away licenses, how to take out the information so that you can do the billing. And you also learned the two options for your PSA integrations in case you want to automate more that particular process. I do hope you found this content useful, and I hope to see you on the next video. Have a good one, take care, see you there.